Blog Talk Radio. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Stress is Stressing Me Out podcast. I am your host, Maki Adeyemi, and today we will be discussing 7 foods to help you sleep. But before we discuss that, let's get into today's devotional. Today's devotional comes from the book of Isaiah 55, 6 through 13, and it says, "You will go out in joy and be led forth in peace." And the title of this devotional is called Windows. Near the foothills of the Himalayas, a visitor noticed a row of houses without windows. His guide explained that some of the villagers feared that demons might sneak into their homes while they slept, so they built impermeable walls. You could tell when a homeowner began to follow Jesus because he put in windows to let in the light. A similar dynamic may take place in us, though we might not see it quite that way. We live in scary, polarizing times. Satan and his demons instigate angry divisions that split families and friends. I often feel like hiding behind my walls, but Jesus wants me to cut in a window. Israel sought refuge in higher walls, but God said their security lay with him. He reigns from heaven, and his word governs all. His word governs all. If Israel would return to him, God would have mercy on them and restore them as his people to bless the world. He will lift them up, ultimately leading them in a triumphal parade. Their celebration will be for the Lord's renown, for an everlasting sign that will endure forever. Sometimes walls are necessary. Walls with windows are best. They show the world that we trust God for the future. Our fears are real. Our God is greater. Windows open us to Jesus, the light of the world, and to others who need him. Okay, the title again is 7 Foods to Help You Sleep. Before I start naming those foods, today is a somber day. Today is September 11th, 2021. And we all know what happened 20 years ago today. If you were alive at that time, I was 25 in 2001, and I had my first teaching job. Got hired in August. I will never forget when the day September 11th happened. It was on a Tuesday morning. It was a beautiful day, a little cool nip in the air. And I had to go out on the playground and corral my kids and get them upstairs to start their morning work. And everything just went upside down for the rest of the day. They closed the zoo here. They closed the science center. The arch grounds was closed. And, of course, they grounded all flights coming and going. No planes were going anywhere. It was just really shocking. Very, very, very somber on that day, I remember. And this event is almost like if you talk to older individuals who remember where they were and what they were doing when President Kennedy was assassinated November 1963. It's almost like that. And the kids I teach, they're 13, 14 years old, so they were not born when September 11th took place. But I did have a conversation with them about what happened and found some YouTube videos to show them of the events of that day. Everything was preempted. It was just quite shocking that planes were hijacked and just rammed into a building. And I can remember, I want to say that it was NBC. I was standing there, and we had a TV in one of our rooms, and the TV was on. I stood there, and I actually saw in real time live the second plane hit the second tower, and I just gasped. And a lot of people thought a movie was being shot in the area. They thought this was Hollywood, and it was not. So we still honor those people who lost their lives. I think they said about 3,000 people lost their lives. The first responders, the firefighters, the EMTs, the police officers, the people themselves. We will never forget. We will never forget. Okay, let's get into today's episode. Many of us go through stretches of not sleeping well, including having a hard time falling asleep and waking up throughout the night. Paying attention to what we eat can help us reduce chronic stress and stimulation and ease our brains and bodies into more effective sleep. Eating right before bed can be disruptive, as the digestion process can keep us awake and may even cause problems such as heartburn. But eating the right foods and the right time can actually help us relax. A small, strategic snack can help balance blood sugar so we sleep through the night. Here are a few great pre-sleep snacks options to help you rest more effectively. Number one, almonds or other nuts and seeds. These are high in magnesium, often called the relaxation mineral. A study reported in the Journal of Orthomolecular Medicine noted that consuming too little magnesium may make it harder to stay asleep. Magnesium can also prevent leg cramps, a common cause of nighttime waking. Number two, bananas. Bananas contain the natural muscle relaxants, magnesium and potassium, as well as being high in vitamin B6, which is needed to make our sleep hormone melatonin. Number three, kiwis. When volunteers in a research study at Taipei Medical University in Taiwan ate 2 kiwis an hour before going to bed, they slept almost a full extra hour. Kiwis are full of vitamin C and E, serotonin and folate, all important nutrients for sleep. Number 4, tart cherry juice. High in natural melatonin, and it was shown in a small study to help with sleep. Just don't buy the sweet juice or the sugar will actually cause more problems with your sleep than help. Number 5, popcorn. Funny one for a nutritionist, but this is actually a reasonable snack high in fiber. Just buy some good organic popcorn, not the microwave bags. Make it with a good quality oil like coconut oil that can handle the heat, and add on something like nutritional yeast, B12 vitamins, and Himalayan pink salt. Eating more fiber could be key for better sleep as it prevents blood sugar surges that may lower melatonin and the resulting blood sugar drop that triggers stress hormones. Number 6, a warm cup of milk. If you tolerate dairy, this may help since it is a good source of calcium, a mineral that plays a role in the regulation of melatonin. Milk is also rich in the amino acid tryptophan, which has a calming effect on the body. And for many people, this has happy memories of being a kid. And number 7, hummus. This also has tryptophan, which helps raise serotonin and melatonin levels. Eat the dip with some veggies like carrot sticks. They are high in B6, which is needed to convert the tryptophan. That will also give you some carbs for that tryptophan to cross into your brain, and you are getting some of that fiber to help sleep. Super sleep snack. Out of the 7 foods I just mentioned, I eat a lot of peanuts, almonds, cashews, pecans. It doesn't matter. I love different kinds and variety of nuts. I have like a whole refrigerator shelf of different nuts that I eat, and I always try to eat not a big container, but the little small packages that are two for $1 at the gas station, Planters. I'll buy a few of those, and I would eat like not every night, but I would eat a bag of peanuts, and I did not know that peanuts could help me sleep. Hummus, I had hummus before, and I really was not impressed with the taste of it. I don't know how people eat it. I know people who eat hummus for lunch, and that's the only thing they eat, like the hummus with like celery sticks or carrot sticks. It's not the I think hummus is an acquired taste. It's not something that I would readily pick if the other foods were available. So, what do you think? What are your thoughts? Tweet me at stressingisor email me at sismo1875@gmail.com. You can find this podcast on Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn, iTunes, Google Plays, iHeartRadio, and Blog Talk Radio. Until next week, let not your heart be troubled. Relax.